Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Hand of Fate 2. Let's continue. So I got tired of trying to do the sun or the star, whatever the latest most difficult challenge was. So I've decided instead to try the High Priestess, and we're going to try this Brimstone version of it, which it becomes the Brimstone version of it when you equip this card specifically. Complete High Priestess with this item and 12 blessings to unlock the token. I have no idea how I'm going to end up with 12 blessings, considering how few cards there really are in this scenario. Seems like there's 6 encounters, maybe you double that to 12. That would mean every single encounter would have to end with you getting a blessing, and I just don't see how that's the case. There's only about 8 blessing cards, encounter cards, in the totality of what we've unlocked. So unless there are just multiple blessings that you could possibly succeed on, and if we're going to give it a good chance, that means we need to start with Fate's Path as a blessing also, and we'll just see how this goes. Now, I don't know if this Brimstone version of the High Priestess is going to actually be any more difficult, or if it is just being called the Brimstone Blessing version. Ideally, all I really want here
I present you,
is
each one will hone your skills and prepare you for our final
the gold
conflict.
token, just to see if that
This
does
empire
anything
will
for
fall
me.
under proper guidance once more, and soon.
Because Holy Mace is in the deck, the High Priestess will be harder. Collect at least 12 blessings and gain Holy Mace before meeting the High Priestess. Now, what might be the case here is that we are just going to see the same cards over and over again. Let's go ahead and say no to that 50-50 shot. Now, from a really early challenge like this should probably be very easy to fight the enemies. This is really just going to throw 4 Northerners at me. If I'm going to reposit Northerners, I also need to roll out of their attack after the fact. Or if I'm going to block a Northerner, I need to roll, because there's unblockable attacks after that point. Well, let's go into the campfire and see what we can trade. Can't afford that. May not need to buy food at the moment. So let's try something kind of crazy here and see if that leads to any level of success. First of all, let's do the companion quest here. We tried this once before. Enter the mines. Approach Roach. Last time we let Aaron do the talking and it caused a fight and didn't work. This time let's just ask for the Terror Vein ore. He chuckles. Price is 300 gold for a piece. You got 300 gold. Leave. Aaron frames. Maybe we should see if any of the miners can help us. It'll be easier to talk to one away from Rand. Okay. So let's go outside. Your breathing becomes easier now that you're out of in the cold air. Dusty miners travel the winding paths. Let's now talk to a miner. The miner looks nervously when you stop to talk to her. Ask who she is. My name is Sheeb. The miner frowns. I used to be a silversmith in Fall Hollow, but Fall Hollow was burned to the ground by the Northerners. Now I have nothing left but my daughter and the food they give us here. Ask what being a miner is like. It's terrible. Some of us stop drinking the silver leaf in the morning just to end it sooner. I stay because my daughter needs to eat. Ask for Terravane ore. The miner laughs. We do not own anything here but the clothes on our backs. She raises a finger. I happen to know something that could help convince Rand to part with some, but you'd have to do something for me first. The miner looks around furtively. One of the brutes here threw my daughter's doll into the pit. If you can go get it back to me, I will tell you Rand's terrible secret. Okay. Do something else. Enter the mine. Find your way to the pit. The pit is aptly named. Miners point you through the tunnels to a pond-sized circular trench in the cave. There are a few miners here, but a couple of Rand's lackeys are ambling about. Try to get past their guards. Okay, will we use our ability now? Yes, for huge success. So, 2 out of 4 chances. Fail miserably. You slowly creep around the guards. You hedge all the way to the pit, and a little too far further you step into thin air and topple over the side. Quick thinking Erina grabs you back by the shirt to stop your fall, but only succeeds in pulling herself after you. You fall a short way, but a short way onto a pile of hard somethings. Luckily the mine is filled with the sound of pickaxes that the guards remain unaware of your plight. Start to cough. The blue dust is impossible to escape. At the bottom of the pit you find yourself knee-deep in dusty bones and rubble, dotted with the occasional hat and rusted pickaxe. Find the doll. A sad squeak underfoot alerts you to the presence of a tiny linen doll, its yarn hair caked with dust. Despite its reduced circumstances, the smile remains stitched in its face. You have a bound dusty doll card. I guess technically might be a blessing. You climb back out of the pit. You start to cough. The blue dust is impossible to escape. Let's go outside. Talk to Sheb. Give her a doll. Oh yes, that's my daughter's. I can't believe you managed to find it. Didn't the claw trolls give you any trouble? Anyway, now for my part of the deal. Are you listening closely? Rand has a hidden cache of silver spoons. Nobody knows why. If you were to threaten his collection, I'm sure he'd comply to your requests. Do something else. Enter the mine. This is way too much. Approach Rand. Threaten his spoon collection. Not my silver spoons. Rand tears up at the threat. Who told you? Keep your voice down. I'll give you your damn ore.
You approach the final steps of this quest.
Do something else. Go outside and leave the Salt Cliff mines. Erinde pats the ore with her massive hands. That's the last thing we need. Let's get back to the city. Anders is going to be so happy. So we moved that scenario forward. Fail to get a blessing there. Make a donation. And let's see what we can do. C +2 food every dice gambit. Receive plus 15 light every gold gain card you receive. If your max life is less than 150, you may discard food gain or equipment gain cards to receive plus 5 max life. Gain up to 20 at the beginning of a new map if you have less than 20. Optionally, we try any card chances. I think that one's probably our best one. And we can't go back to this guy though. Can we do that? So we'll heal ourselves up a little bit here. To like 75, I guess. And we move forward. We ascend. Now.
Careful how one deals with old magic.
We will continue and take that success. And that gives us a bonus reroll. After all your rerolls in the dice gambit, reroll your lowest dice. Nice. So you get a special blessing from that point. Let's go with no. And no, we don't need to reroll a success.
With the least of notice, the very lands beneath your feet can slide away. Life is filled with surprises.
So the avalanche card. Effectively, I'm having to relearn all these encounter cards that are specific to the scenario because they don't show up at any other point, which noticeably makes the game just a totally different experience, depending on which challenge you're actually doing. So you have 22 little mini games all mixed together instead of one consistent game. Right, so dice roll time. 11 challenge is gonna be super easy. And then if we dig out the person, I imagine we will get a blessing. Alright. So I'm starting to see now how this would work. We have 4 of 12 blessings already. Don't have 6 gold, unfortunately. Let's go with Purgatory first. We have a curse, and a curse, and a curse, and a blessing, and a blessing. And I think the move is to say yes, and always you're going to get 2 blessings in contrast to 3 curses. And gets you to 6. half my food to the priest. Let's see. In this case, I will say double the huge success. And then we don't need to use our other blessing because we got huge success. And so now we're up to 8 blessings. I think we kind of have this. As long as we don't have to run into the High Priestess.
The Empire has done its
fairly
best
quickly.
to purge magic from within its borders, but there are many who practice it beyond them.
Right. We'll double that. And that gives us basically 3 out of 4 chances to get something. That's a blessing. Reduce the speed of wheel gambits. I wish there was a permanent upgrade like that. And see if this is supposed to be a really difficult brimstone challenge. It's not really working. There's to fail twice. Okay. We have 2 cards. Remove a specific curse, remove a random curse. Yeah, I don't think Cunning Man is actually gonna give me a shard here, so Cunning Man is probably a bad choice. So we're at 8 blessings. Let's just take that success. No, we needed a huge success there to actually get a blessing. So you need like 12 gold in this run, nothing more. You need more than likely your engineer character. Oh, these are so terrible. So unfortunately, it feels like the brimstone element on this is nothing more than a factor of you would have to get really lucky. Yeah, it definitely feels like you just have to get extremely lucky to get the brimstone version of this done. And getting the brimstone version of this done, to my understanding, may mean absolutely nothing. And you would also need to have gotten the Holy Mace. Which there's only one way you could have gotten the Holy Mace, I think, without buying it. And that would have been the avalanche. Hoping for a huge success there. We are at 7 of 12 blessings. And so you can't get the gold token for that. Kind of just means there's not much of a reason to even bother to continue fighting, other than we're fighting northerners. Also not getting a Colborne sword ever. Here we have a berserker champion. Ooh. Seems like we can defeat him easily. Our life is low, but not low enough that I actually think I'm gonna lose her. So we did get the Terravane ore, which gives us the Blacksmith's Daughter subquest. We do know what to do now. It is pretty easy. You add this card. This card says that you may gain a blessing, but doesn't seem like that's guaranteed. Was there another card here? So we're gonna look for... There almost certainly must be some kind of platinum card that gives you 2 blessings. Or can give you 2 blessings. I'd almost lean on something like Soothsayer. Wait, you know, Forgotten Dreams and redoing... Yeah, redoing Purgatory might be a way of doing it also. I actually want to just play around with Soothsayer though. So let's find Soothsayer amongst... There we go. And then... Should we start with a blessing or should we start with gold? I think in this case you would start with a blessing. Then you get rid of that card. And then we'll just scroll all the way to the edge here and pick a new ring. And then we'll jump back into this quickly. Now, if I get gold in the non-brimstone version of this game, then you probably won't have the opportunity.
My mind has been honed.
To
sitting upon the throne of life and death shapes the world in one's image.
Gold.
And Callus has always lacked self-control for that to be anything but chaos.
So how many blessings do we really need in this case? Just playing in the non-brimstone version. Doesn't seem like you actually need any. And the pain cards are kind of low. Even in the brimstone version. Whenever you receive a blessing, gain 5. Can I afford this? No. Three out of 4 chances of success there. The Field of Fate, though, is not guaranteed a blessing either. So obviously I'm going to play this like I was trying to get that many blessings, 12 blessings before we get to the end.
Take your predictions and do with them what you will.
Accept and learn about your future. Lose 4 gold. Or decline and go on the quest anyway. Let's decline and go on the quest and save 4 gold. plus 10 max life. And we lose 1 food. And we lose 1 food. And we get 10 gold. Yeah. That didn't do much for me. So I don't think Soothsayer is a good card to play. Okay. Let us double that, and then we know Divine Providence is just going to be in the middle, so we just take it. Well, weirdly that was Second Wind, not Divine Providence. So the middle card can be shuffled. Doesn't seem like it does shuffle that much. Interesting blessing there where we could get equipment. I do think though that this is all going to turn around. So this would be the one scenario, I think, where you would get the maze. Is that you would do this fight, and then you would just take the maze. And you would have to have that as the only equipment card in your collection. And I'm just going quiet, trying not to mess up too much in these fighting sections. Okay. So we could take this, gain 5 food whenever you receive a blessing, which we don't really need. In fact, that's not worth having. The finisher shard weapon is way better.
Games within games within games.
Now, landing exactly on 11 for that challenge seems unlikely. That's another blessing. Huge success, but you needed that. Spare him for another blessing. What's gonna really suck here is I think I am probably on the easier mode going to show that it is possible for you to get 12 blessings. Let's see, reroll one more dice. Landing exactly on 15. Which gives me Coldborn Sword. And absolutely I want to equip that. And absolutely I want to equip that. And seems we can't equip that one. So that gave me a lot of items.
You have proven yourself worthy.
No, I don't want to change Coldborn Sword. Now it's just going to be a question about how many Northerners can I kill. It is really crazy how many cheats, though, you have to do to get even this far. Well, actually, let's see if we could sell some equipment. We're going to keep Coldborn's Sword. What happens if we did sell that and we had like 50 gold and just kept that? This is one-handed, this is one-handed, so we should have this shield, which is defend 4 more times, and this, which is kill 49 Northerners. While we're at it, let's heal a couple times and then break camp. Now the problem here that I would see is that, to me, it feels like even if I do have 12 blessings at the end of this, that may just not mean much of anything. I think we have 8 now. That's interesting. When I hit B, it looked like all the cards cycled through that. That feels glitchy. Is there possibly a way I could end up fighting more Northerners in this scenario? Because this is such an early challenge, I kind of would be better off just playing in this mode. So that should be 6 Northerners down, and that should have my shield give me a token.
Nicely done. Try not to be too greedy. There is much to be gained, but gluttony gets us nowhere.
Now, it'd be kind of crazy to not try and win here over the
A win
11
here
target.
sets the tone for your challenge.
Now, we have one curse that is making our companion not fight with us. So sometimes it is the middle card, just on a very rare occasion. I saw it with my eyes move to the middle and then stop moving. So, yeah. Just got an achievement, I think, for winning a bunch of those. So how many blessings do we have now? We are at 11 now. And we don't want to do the blizzard, obviously, but we would like to finish our companion quest. Even at that, though, take note that we are at 11 blessings. The brimstone version of this would want us to have 12. With all 3 components found, Rande has gone on ahead to the city. She will rebuild the forge and present it to Anders. This encounter requires a journey. So I'm gonna take some life damage here. Then I'm gonna say no in that case because I need her to stay alive. I'm gonna hope I get successful here. We should use the campfire. Let's see. And then we'll just hit A bunch of times. Let's try this again. There, Arani steps back to admire her work. The forge is just as you remember it, if not more detailed. Its wooden frame carved in intricate motifs. The attached anvils and tools hung in such a way to keep it from tipping. Complement her work. Get out of here with that, Undrine guffaws and blushes. Behold the final components, the strange metal bauble from Marion the Mage, a hunk of night blue terror vein ore, and a steegle pumpkin. Pass me Marion's trinket. Undrine reaches her hand out and plucks a thin, sharp instrument from her belt. Something steps heavily onto the path behind you. Like a nightmare, you turn to see a hulking great form of Draknar the Mighty. The familiar, horrible face of the ogre leers down on you, at you, his one good eye wide with mania. Have thou no graceful welcome for an old friend? By the gods, he's back from the grave. Arandane shouts as he flings soot from the forge into the resurrected ogre's eyes. Draknar roars and rubs the black dust away with massive fist. Arandane glances at you and then at the forge. We've got to split up. We can't let him destroy Anders' present. Meet me in the slums. So I guess this is how our second companion is potentially going to die. And so instead of resurrecting Colborne, seems like we are about to finish a companion's path and kill off another character and then have to try and resurrect him. Androne's muscles strain as she drags the rattling forge behind her, disappearing down the alleyway. You hurry down a different path before Draknar can get his bearings. Well, let's just see this through, but maybe that is what the devil mission is that you have to just kill off all of your companions first and then deal with the devil to bring them all back.
An old and familiar face appears once more, and there is more to this quest than initially appeared.
You journey through the city to meet with Androne. Right. We got lucky. You reunite with Androne behind the alleyway in the slums without wasting any time she gets to work. You quickly pass her the bauble. She fiddles with it momentarily, then slots it into the side of the forge. She gives a final tap and steps back. Now that's starting to look like something. Screams of terror herald the arrival of Draknar the Mighty. And again, our companion is not going to fight with us. Can we take Draknar the Mighty down? We should be able to. Probably shouldn't be that difficult. He's covered in corruption. He's not done with you, little mouse. Not by far. The ogre's stick hide reduces damage by 4, making low damage weapons less effective. Beware, club deals devastating damage. Evade or perish. So you can almost stun lock him. Not quite, though. Notice how all the corruption and stuff just disappeared off of him the second he died. Just totally glitched off of him. Erine wipes the sweat from her brow. What a fight. Now, do you have the ore? Before you begin to rummage in your heavy sack for the blue ore, there comes a fearful cry from a ragged child peering at Dragnar's body. He's still alive. The huge ogre groans and his body convulses. Arande looks to her hammer and then to Dragnar's unconscious form. His head, weak and exposed, then shakes her head. As she heaves the forge into motion, she whispers, "Let's split up and meet at the docks." So we're having to jump around. This is very much like the Goblin card, where you were having to jump around, and follow the Goblin, where you were having to jump around. The Goblin Companion missions and the event Follow the Goblin, two separate things. Do we have any more food to buy? No. I think we're probably safe to just be at 2. Refill our health. Just out of safety. You journey through the city to meet Arande. This is another great example of just way too much dialogue. Yes, we will redraw on that, obviously. You follow the sound of screaming to the market by the docks. Dragnar is there, bleeding from the wounds you've inflicted, but still smashing through the stalls like they were made of twigs. You wonder where the Empire soldiers are in this accursed city. The ogre spots you across the way, and his monstrously lumpy face splits into a grin. He lazily knocks a pie stall out of his path as he begins his approach. There's a yell from the other side of the market. You want the forge, do you? Well, come and get it, beastie. Orande raises her hammer over her head. Seems like she's actually going to fight with me in this case, but that may simply because this is going to be some kind of scripted event where the ogre literally cannot be defeated until he kills Orande. So that was the same dialogue before, as far as the description, which is probably not super surprising. I keep trying to defeat him. What in the world?
Perhaps different arms would find you faring better, or more skills.
Oh, sucks. That sucks so bad. And so almost certainly that was just a one-hit kill. Frankly, I'll have to go back and look at the footage to see if my life was actually low at all. It may very well have been low, but yeah, to take 2 or 3 kicks and then one swing of the hammer and dies on the easy mode is too much. So we've unlocked another shield, but we didn't get the gold. That being said, I think the move may very well be to not have other weapons other than Colburn's sword. This Hellion shield, we have no idea what it does. We can take this shield also. And the question would just come down to like Death Touch might be very useful against the ogre. Let's inspect some of these. Take 50 hits in combat to unlock that. We could definitely take that. I don't think we have anything else new to potentially check out. Well, you know what? This is probably a great opportunity to play off screen, because we kind of know what's going to happen here. Is I can play this mission multiple times, either on the regular version or the Brimstone version. I'd probably start to try the Brimstone version if I already get the gold, but just play it multiple times, in particular to kill 50 Northerners, because that's the last question that's really hanging overhead here. Is what can we do to play the devil mission? And none of these platinum cards can do anything as far as blessings. And so to get 12 blessings almost certainly means some more cards need to be unlocked. And so I could just keep on grinding, and I could take out cards that don't have events and play those off screen too. And just see what happens on some of that. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play off screen until something happens. Probably until we get Colborne back. If I resurrect Colborne and we still can't do the devil card mission, we're probably dead in the water at that point. I just don't know what else we could do. We could get the... I may very well get the gold by doing the priestess mission, and then that may unlock the devil. And so either Colborne's going to be back or the devil will be unlocked in the next episode. That's going to be it for this episode, though. Thanks for watching.